So, is there anything that you would have done differently, like for the studio, now that it's completed? Not that you want to think about doing things differently, but
I can say to anyone who builds a studio, storage.
Yeah.
Because we have enough, but it's not by a lot.
Right.
You know, we keep having to move things around and reorganize because things get cluttered. We've basically got a utility room and a load-in room, which is where most of our storage is. And we have to kind of keep it tidy, otherwise you won't be able to walk through it.
Right.
You know, and so storage, make more storage than you think you're going to need.
Yeah, and I think that you guys have more than most studios do, and it's still...
It's because I knew that, having worked in a bunch of studios, and I said so. And so we made sure to make that happen. And yeah, it's still even tight. A big part of that is because we do so much stuff around here ourselves, so there's lots of tools and like, you know, clamps, and you know, stuff like that everywhere.
And
so
some of
that
that's
takes up
been
space.
migrating back to the house.
Yeah.
Because we're doing less and less now.
Sure. So how are you guys getting your name out there as far as people finding you?
Eric?
Yeah, I mean, mostly it's been a lot of like word of mouth, and I mean, I just know a lot of musicians around here. And yeah, just having personal relationships with those musicians goes a really long way.
And then they spread it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's just work that people have heard that other people, you know, play, and people that have recorded here one time with one artist will bring another artist in, and then that kind of snowballs. And so yeah, I'm just on my phone all the time. I'm just always talking on the phone and texting people constantly. And it's great. I love it. But we do have some marketing too. I mean, Scott made the website for us. He does all that stuff. Does a lot of the social media stuff that we do too.
That all looks great. Yeah.
We had a few articles.
Yes.
In publications, and then we also Valerie, my wife, is a board member of the symphony orchestra, so there's a little bit of a connection there, and I think some of our orchestral stuff has come through that.
Yeah, a lot of it originated there, and yeah, kind of, you know, some word of mouth, you know, teachers talking to other teachers kind of thing, and yeah.
I see a lot of studio owners, once they build their space, they have so much less time for their own music. Do you still find time to do your own thing?
I've been struggling with it a little bit lately. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think it's just like an environments thing. Like, it's kind of, I can definitely like stay productive in like performing and like practicing instruments and that sort of thing, and making sure that my repertoire is really great. But it's kind of weird because like I'm not used to like composing in like a space like this. Like, it's used to supposed to be in my room, you know? So it's like I'm having a little bit of a hard time compartmentalizing the difference between, okay, I should be doing all of my writing and creative work here because of there's more tools.
Right.
But the comfort level and my mindset is, you know, more at home. But I'm not at home very much anymore.
Yeah,
so
sure.
That's it's a challenge. But I'm getting some stuff done. I have some new work. So it's not nothing.
I personally made a conscious decision to stop writing and performing. I had been performing for so long, and it mostly covers, and after a while it was just I had anxiety, and it wasn't worth doing anymore.
Sure.
That was about 8 years ago, I think, when I stopped doing that. And then when the studio came along, you know, actually playing and trying to write, even, because I like writing probably more than performing, for sure.
Sure.
But I just decided to focus on the studio.
Yeah.
Because I've done all the other stuff. I don't need to do that anymore.
Yeah, a new challenge.
It's a new challenge, yeah.
That's great.
This is what I want to focus on.
Yeah, I always I always have a hard time finding the time to focus on my music because of everything else in life. Like it just gets, running a business, having a family. I have 2 small kids, so it's just harder at that stage.
Yeah.
But someday,
and you can't really schedule when the inspiration's gonna hit you either, right? You can block out time, but you might just sit there staring at a wall, or noodling some arpeggios or something like that, So yeah, it's really tough when you're crunched for time.